Okay, everybody. Thank you for coming by. Those that are here and will be here. I'd like to say, first of all, this is part two of a stream that I did just 2 days ago, and that was after finding out that there's a particular company out there, as you can tell by the title, Gigaparts. I ran across this cyber uh, Monday and Saturday when I was looking for a particular processor. I found, I should say it was on Monday actually, because processor I was looking for actually sold out on Sunday. No, sorry, um, Saturday, Sunday, somewhere around there from after Black Friday. I was thinking, well, Saturday stuff, or sorry, Black Friday stuff that was sold out. The other places will have more come in and, have the same price. Well, they didn't quite, and I found Gigaparts had that processor at a decent price, not the same exact price that I saw on Black Friday. No big deal. I was willing to spend the 30 bucks more what it was, and then plus whatever shipping was. But shipping was free, so that was no big deal. So I went around, saw Gigaparts, and their ratings on Amazon are beyond believable. I mean, they have a 90%, 96% approval rating, which is quite high. And I was like, okay, well, let's see if this actually works. So we went ahead and tried something Monday, uh, close to afternoon, right around 10, 11 o'clock, and later that evening or afternoon, we came up with a um, interesting email back from them. The credit card was accepted but not processed. Those aren't the exact words, but that was the basis of it. Said, okay. I talked with Sexy Tech and we got together to see exactly what was going on, and we card was just fine. Sexy Tech, her profession, she has to be very, very accurate, so I believed what she put in was valid. So I said, okay, let's just try it one more time, see what's going on. Had it tried again, and it still came back the same way. Well, we know both cards had enough money, things like that. So, we're like, what in the blazes? Now we're getting scared because the way the email came across, and it sounded like a scam. It was crazy actually. And they're like, oh boy. And if you watch part one, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about and all those other things. But part two is about me, Gigaparts contacting me and saying, "Oh, we messed up. We saw your video. We saw exactly what you're talking about, and we plan on now correcting this." Well, just to do an overview of one of the things that they saw was, in that I ranted about, was the payment process and how things were being done. And that process is going to be looked at very heavily by their people now. Uh, One of their customer service people that headed the spear to, contact me and get things taken care of. They told me, or I should say, that person I discussed in detail with a couple things they could do differently. And when talking to this individual, it sounded like they were sincere in everything else. Okay. And so we chatted about what was wrong, what should be done, and they very heavily, I should say, this individual said that they believe that, and when I say believe, it was that person I was talking to and the person that brought this to this person's attention. And I know this isn't making too much sense with the persons, but I'm just trying to keep people names out of the loop because they asked me to, not because of the organization thing, but just for different aspects of this whole scenario. And they are gonna have the email and how it is presented much more unscamishy, I guess is the way you want to call it. So we're making we're making progress there, as well as I made some other suggestions. They said they would look into it. I'm not sure if they're gonna happen, but one of the things that they did tell me, and I believe I can say this, is that why this had happened is because, as you can see, the site I'm on right now, first of all, it's Gigaparts. They are a big electronics place. And I don't mean any of this just junky stuff from China and things like that. I mean very expensive stuff here. And so you can just imagine the potential for fraud, credit card fraud, things like that. And that's what I used, was a credit card. And that's why it was denied, because of certain items that they have flagged, and their system flagged it and said, eh. Um, so that was, even though I was upstanding and everything else, I don't know if it was also because I was first time buyer, I did not ask that, but this is something that they've had problems with in the past. And this is not a new company, and not a new company at all. They've been around for between 20 and 21 years, since I believe it was 80. Oh, shoot. Maybe it's uh, approximately 20 years. Let's just put it that way, if not more. I believe they said that it was, I want to say 87 for some reason. I saw 87 somewhere, but I've been told 20 years. But I think it's about 20 plus. So they've been around quite a bit. They understand fraud, things like that. But when we talked, I think I opened their eyes a little bit, seeing a network security, network administration with a Cisco emphasis graduate. I would say that they took that into consideration as well, and some of the security. And within security, you may or may not know, you have to have give and take. And there were some things that I suggested that I thought would be a good thing for them, uh, and their website. And one of them, which she highly agreed upon, was that the email definitely needs to be changed, and I've said that already. And they're going to definitely look at that for the notifications. There were some other things I said, okay, just put it on the website for those particular things, stuff like that, easy enough to do. We had discussion about that, not making the credit card option even available for those items, right on down the line. So we had a really good discussion. And after I felt that it was that we were getting somewhere, and it wasn't just a call for retention, because this particular person I talked to, they were pretty good. I'm 50, almost 50 years old, just around the corner, and I mean just around the corner, where I'm starting to feel stuff, things like that. But that's a whole nother topic. I digress. But she was very good at retention, and I could tell that almost right away with the way she carried herself, things like that. So, I wanted to make sure my points on part one were at least heard, because things like this need to be done for the purchaser as well as the seller. Both parties have to be protected as much as possible, and sometimes that's why some of these things happen. I do believe if the email would have been a little different, like, okay, yeah, uh, we would still like your business. Please give me a call. and a little bit of explanation why things happen. And that was what we talked about, and sounds like that is at least their first step. I did have a debate with myself though, if I would really recommend Gigaparts. Um, I would say that their customer service is excellent. I did like how they handled the whole situation. They did a very nice job of making me feel welcome, which is their job. I do my job is customer service somewhat too, and I have to make people feel welcome, and one of those things is to get them to where they need to be. So I understand that whole process within the ecology. What's the word I'm looking for? The ecosystem. And so I felt that they were actually listening to me. I didn't think it was a bunch of bull. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on the website and see how things like this do progress. I will do tests on it, so just be aware, Gigaparts. So it's just going to be very interesting, but I will definitely recommend Gigaparts for their customer service. I don't think though that Gigaparts, on the other hand, off the bat would be, you know, if you're not going to go by if well, first of all, the ordering processes just has to change, and we discussed this. So if you want to possibly have to deal with getting something like that taken care of and then just redo it, use PayPal. I just if you're gonna use Gigaparts, use PayPal. Okay, I'm not gonna put them down because they have to protect themselves as well. Just be aware that you're gonna have to use your PayPal, either a credit card PayPal or the other PayPal. Like I said in my other one, I don't like using my PayPal because it's linked up to things. And I have credit cards for a reason. And like I said, I'm almost 50. Credit card is protected enough for me. I have not, since this whole thing went down, I have not gone to PayPal and see how much more a seller would be protected than if credit card fraud came along. For you know credit card versus PayPal being used for the seller. So I can't speak upon that, which one's better than the other, but I just as a customer just felt that credit card would be good enough. But evidently it's not. Supposedly PayPal is more protective for the seller as well as, well, I'm not sure about more than, but just as equally for the buyer as well. So it's a happy, I guess, medium that I was talking about before that I wasn't aware of. I don't sell things with my PayPal. I don't accept anything like that. Uh, so that was the whole ecosystem that really got me fired up for part one. And talking to uh, Gigaparts, the I understand further where they're coming from, and we had a good discussion about that as well. So I'm not as upset at Gigaparts. I should say I'm not upset at Gigaparts anymore either. There are two sides of this, two reasons why. First of all, they were very courteous, very kind, and took care of me. Now, if that was because of the video, which I really don't think so, I think if someone called up and was very concerned about it, they would have been equally as kind, things like that. These people are very customer orientated. So you're hearing all these good things about their customer service, okay? And I'm just going to tell you how to stay away from the problem I had, which is just use the PayPal. You don't have one, you find a good price on this website for Gigaparts, grab it. Just grab it. Just know that if it's a high price item, use PayPal and you'll be okay. Okay. Um, and what I'm talking about is that I actually did get my processor. Okay. Let's see. I have a whole bunch of lights around here, so it's hard to get the right angle. But I got the 3900 I was looking to get. Okay. And I got it at a very fair price for both of us. Nothing. It was no less than what you saw between the asking price for it at any place that you saw on Black Friday or Cyber Cyber Monday. So I wasn't paid to do this whole thing. So those who want to say that, uh-uh, no, I paid for what I got. Okay, I definitely paid for what I got. I just got it because we could resolve the problem and come to an understanding with each other. So that was that's the end of it. You know, it's we came. Hey, how you doing, Robo? Sorry, didn't see that pop up for some reason. What's the big question mark for? Oh, and he's gone. All right. Huh. Wonder why I didn't hear that. Doom, doom, doom. Hold on here. Some things went away. Let's bring that back up now. Oh, wrong one. Okay, there we go. You still there, Robo? No, I don't think he's there. All right. But like I was saying before, um, everything turned out well for both parties. I got my processor at a fair price for both of us, and we got by what the issue was, and the issues were or are going to be addressed. Hopefully for them, they take care of that email problem because that looked way too much like a scam. So, and the people that saw my presentation of the whole situation for part one definitely agreed with what I had to say about the email and about some of the other stuff that I brought up. So that is one of the things where we did definitely come together as purchaser and seller. So I just wanted to bring this to everybody's attention that saw part one. That that Gigaparts is definitely willing to work with you, and just be aware if you're gonna buy a high price item. For right now, if you do have a credit card option, don't use it. Use the PayPal. You won't have any problems with your credit card being rejected like mine did. So that's the moral of the story right now. Just be aware that the PayPal stuff is more secure for the sellers, and that's why a lot of them are going to that. And just be aware of that, and you should have smooth sailing. You and the seller will be protected in both ways, and it'll be one big happy family. So that's what we're all working towards. That's what the video last night was all about. So if you guys have any questions, please shoot them my way either after here within the chat area or right now. For some reason, my Restream chat is not working. Not sure exactly what that's all about, but oh, there it is. Okay. but it is. I got it now. This is what we call fun in the IT world. So it all ended well. We're all good. I appreciate the excellent customer service there after my cry for whatever you want to call it was seen, answered, and definitely taken care of. Like I said, you have any problems with Gigaparts, call up their customer service. They're excellent and they will help you out with what you need. Like I discussed, though, you know, if you find it because there's a good price out there and you've done your research, great. I wouldn't definitely come here for computer stuff right away. They seem a little bit high, but like I said, if you do find a decent price on it, and go ahead, go for it. They're an excellent company. They've been around for 20 years, and they're willing to work with you. So that's how I'm going to end it. Gigaparts has won me over if they have good prices and with their excellent customer service. Their website does need a little bit of help on these particular items that they want you to use the PayPal in order to uh, purchase these higher price items. So just be aware of that. Thank you for coming by. Those that are from Gigaparts and you're watching, thank you for the great experience after the whole email debacle. And work on those changes, please. It'll make it much better for your company and you'll be in business for much longer as well. So 20 more years, if not more. So just tackle those things that we discussed, and I would say that my experience would have been excellent at this place. I'm just sorry that I had to do part one, but I just had to get it out there in case this place was a scam, but it is not. There's a bunch of caring people behind it that work hard and actually care about their company. So this is looks like there's nobody chatting. So this is Chris from the Tech Basement in the Tech Basement saying out.